The dedication of your book made me feel for your mother. You've dedicated it to your mum, and you've said she's the most important woman in the world to you, and you're dedicating this book to her. Now, for God's sake, don't read it.
Yeah.
Has she read it?
She's reading it at the moment. She likes it, but because the stuff at the beginning is a bit sort of sad, I've tried to make it as funny as possible.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Funny.
But yeah, I think it's difficult for her because I've managed to put all my childhood and things about it that I found particularly difficult through a humorous prism. But not being a professional comedian, has not managed to do that. She just sees it all as rather glum.
Well, it opens. The first chapter opens in a clinic for sex addiction.
She wasn't there.
No, no.
That weren't where I was born.
No, I thought you were visiting her there. But which is an unusual start to a book. What happens in clinics to treat sex addiction?
Not a lot, Richard.
No,
They're bloody dull as ditch water, may I say. There's obviously no onanism or self-involvement, as it were, no sexual activity. And because the driving ideology is that all addictions come from the same root, it's an inability to cope with some sort of sense of longing or yearning within yourself, whether it's chocolate or sex or drugs or whatever it happens to be. So they just sort of try and work on what are your core issues.
Do you agree with that? Do you agree that all addictions come from the same root?
I would say ultimately, yeah, I guess, like, sort of perhaps all of us feel a yearning. I was once told by Swami, Judy, that all desire is the inappropriate substitute for the ultimate desire to be at one with God. And like, I think addiction is perhaps an extreme version of that all of us just want to be at one and feel unity.
The book is riven with sexual encounters and anecdotes, and I mean, you're an incredibly sort of sexual animal, as everybody knows.
Richard!
Well, you are. You're a sexy beast. And it's I mean, I think it's your dad's fault, because when you were 17, he took you on a prostitute tour of the Far East.
That wasn't the title of it. I was told it was just an holiday. That was a subheading.
With prostitutes.
Well, like this. It wasn't on the itinerary for the holiday. Ron and Russell's sex prostitute tour of the Far East. Yeah, he was meant to be going on holiday with a girlfriend. She pulled out at the last minute. I stepped in. I was living away from home then. I was living a rather debauched lifestyle. I was at a loss. But like he said, yeah, do you want to come on this holiday? He went there to the Far East. I didn't spend a lot of time with Dad. I really got to know him on that holiday. But yes, one thing that I suppose in retrospect does look unusual is we sort of went to... They have these clubs in Hong Kong, Singapore, Thailand and that. But you go there and it's women in swimsuits parading up and down a promenade, all sexy women. When you're a teenager, that's invigorating. Looking at them, I was full of sexual excitement. It was a great laugh. It was a very good bonding experience as a holiday. But I see now that I've become a terrible sex addict that perhaps it's ballsed up my brain box.
I tell you what, it's obvious from the way you talk that you are, you're a poet, really. I mean, you've got the most amazing way of telling stories and things, and this is beautifully written book, it's fantastic.
I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, you should be.
Thanks.
And so, where are you at now? I mean, in terms of, because you're only 32 and you've done all this, you know, I mean, not many people of 32 could write an autobiography that's as packed and interesting as that. Are you kind of, do you feel now that you're completely calm or centred?
No.
Are you centred or settled yet?
No, I'm still considering life to be a gleeful adventure. I'm worried that there's no reincarnation, and then if there isn't, then if say death is just an abyss, a void, formless, just energy floating around the universe, I think, oh no, I used to have legs, I wish I'd had it off more. So that's why I'm getting amongst it. You know, so I just think, live.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you're not harming anyone or hurting anyone, that's a difficult thing, because when you're in an addictive strain of your character, you can be quite toxic to be around and damaging to other people. But like, I sort of think, don't live your life all conformed, and don't allow convention to make you all shiftless and joyless. I want to experience things. I think as long as you're not hurting anyone.
There are pictures of you in the book as a schoolboy, and in one of them you look almost Puerto Rican, actually. You look like a little chubby Puerto Rican boy.
I do look like a little chubby Puerto Rican boy, don't I?
Yeah. You don't look chubby anymore, but you're doing some of the pictures in there.
What, some of the recent ones, Judy, or some of the older ones?
No. When he was a kid, when you were wearing this sort of your hair.
I loved Morrissey. You see.
Really?
Yeah, I still love Morrissey very much. So like, you know, and so I've dedicated the top of my head to him. A sort of a scalp shrine, I called it.
So where are you headed for then? I mean, the book's out. I mean, that's always a kind of a watershed moment in an entertainer's life or a public figure's life. The autobiography, and you have a sense of freshness awaiting you. You know.
Yes.
What do you think?
Very much. That was my intention, in fact, with the book, is to draw a line underneath all the mayhem and brouhaha. Although I still tend to live with vivacity and vibrance, I now sort of think I want to focus very much on my career. I'm doing a film. No, I've not told anyone yet. Well, I've told my mum. Adam Sandler. I'm doing a film like playing his best mate. Yeah, I've got a really big Hollywood agent now. He says I can do what I bloody well like.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm doing loads more films.
And you're in St Trinian's, aren't you? Which is
In
coming
that.
out this this Christmas. Yeah, this Christmas.
You're
I
Flash
think.
Harry, aren't you? The old George Cole part.
Yeah, that's difficult, isn't it? Because he's amazing, George Cole, but I just
Yeah.
sort of tried my hardest. It was very enjoyable. They've dressed me wonderfully. I've got sort of like leopard skin print sort of waistcoat and stuff. It was wonderful to work with all those adult women dressed as schoolgirls. That's what I enjoyed particularly.
You sort of drowned in a sea of stockings and suspenders, didn't you?
I didn't drown, I swam.
What stroke?
Breaststroke,
Yes.
naturally, Richard.
I'll toss him up, you look at that.
So it's acting now. You think definitely? the
Obviously, I
future.
will carry on doing stand-up comedy because I
Yeah.
love that. I love being able to have that direct relationship with an audience, and I mean
Yeah.
whilst performing, not after the show, although that is another one of the benefits. But films, I'm going to continue doing that. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that very much.
Do you think you'll ever... Go on, carry on.
Well, and then I think doing things on TV that are like special and enjoyable. Come on your show, for example.
OK. Do you ever see yourself getting married?
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact, and I think, how have I managed to self-subdivide and do a wedding while I'm still here watching that wedding? It's one of the great questions.
Great answer. That's the answer of the
I
day.
think
That's
you'd be
great.
a really good father, a really interesting
Yeah, I love
father.
children. I get on really well with
Yeah, I
children.
can imagine that.
Yeah, I really do want to have a family. My only problem is I just sort of think I really do like kissing and cuddling new people. I see them and it's like an avenue of excitement. I think, I wonder what she's like, that girl, and I sort of fall in love. It's not like just that I think, whoa, blimey, look at her bum. It's more like, oh, she's beautiful. I wonder what it's like around her house. I wonder if she's got a cat. I wonder what her dad looks like. You know,
I
so
heard,
get
I read in the
excited.
paper that you were lusting after Zara Phillips, the Queen's granddaughter, the other day.
I would like to be in the royal family because much it'd be an advantage, Judy, socially. Get invited to incredible things. I sort of, yeah, she is quite attractive, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Zara?
see what we
She's
can
got
arrange.
a rugby hunk boyfriend.
Well, I'll have you know, I used to box in the Navy. I'll take him down to Chinatown.
OK, well, look, Russell Brand's first autobiography, I bet there's another one in a few years, called My Bookie Wook. It's a scream. It's really good. It's great to see you again.
Thank you very
Lovely.
much. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Russ.
This is 101 Really Bad Ideas, Don't Arm Wrestle a Pirate. It's by Dave Skinner and Henry Packer. It's got drawings in it. It's very easy. Look at
Oh,
that.
you literary gent.
That is, to me, that looks like a book you have in the toilet.
Well, Judy, what a lovely suggestion. But firstly, let's have a chat. Then we'll pop in. That could be one of the 101 Really Bad Ideas, going in the toilet with Russell Brand.
And go on, then, if it's not a toilet book, what is it, Russ?
Well, it's what it is. It's diverting. It's very easy. Look, you can open it any page. Wow, incredibly, I've opened it on the page where it is the title, the eponymous pirate, is present here. Don't arm wrestle a pirate because, of course, the pirate was got a hook and you could do some physical damage to yourself. Or don't assume you'll never find love. Here we see two people with large heads. You might assume that neither of them would find love, but look, they found
just
each
round the
other.
corner for each other.
Love was just round the corner,
Just
perhaps
round
like
the
before you two met.
Exactly, yeah.
A delightful
I do have an
moment.
enormous head.
Well, yes, Richard, and justifiably, you're very
Word has
talented and
it on the
gorgeous.
street, yes! Really great things. Stuff that you're really interested in, you know, like going to flea markets in Paris and about finding great linen sheets for your bed
Lovely.
and stuff that make your hands
You want to
soft.
swap, Russell?
Delightful. Sounds really quite appetite for my lifestyle. Flea markets, linen.
It's kind of like every aspect of life all in one book.
It's everything from if you want a new kit